Good morning and welcome to the Early Learning Lounge, your Monday morning reframe. This is a space created to help us reframe how we see children, reconnect with what truly matters, and rewrite the story we've been told about learning, behavior, and childhood. I'm your host, Tammy Nucci, and wherever you're listening from today, whether it be in your car, your classroom, or during a quiet moment before the day begins, I'm really glad you're here. As the holiday season begins to wind down, many of us find ourselves in an in between space. The celebrations are ending, routines are slowly returning, and there's often a quiet pressure to prepare for what's next. Children feel this shift too, sometimes in ways that they can't explain. Before we rush forward, this moment invites us to pause. And before we dive in, I want to take a moment to celebrate something truly meaningful. This is episode 11 of the Early Learning Lounge. 11 weeks of showing up, reflecting together, and having honest conversations about early learning and the heart behind the work. Whether you've been here since episode 1 or joined us along the way, thank you for being part of this space. Last week, we talked about emotional regulation, what neuroscience tells us, and why children can't self regulate independently yet. Today, we're taking that conversation one step earlier because regulation doesn't begin in the meltdown, it begins long before. When a child is overwhelmed, dysregulated, or melting down, our instinct is often to focus on the behavior in front of us. But a more helpful question might be, what came before this moment? Children don't fall apart out of nowhere. They struggle when routines change, when transitions are rushed, when environments are overstimulating, or when expectations shift too quickly. Something many children experience during and after the holiday season. Behavior is communication, and context matters. Children are deeply shaped by the environments we create. Noise levels, lighting, visual clutter, opportunities for movement, and access to quiet spaces all matter. These are not extras, they are regulation supports. After weeks of excitements, gatherings, and full calendars, many children return needing less stimulation and more grounding. A calm, predictable, thoughtfully designed environment supports regulation before emotions spill over. Routines aren't about control, they're about predictability, and predictability creates safety. When children know what's coming next, their nervous system can relax. Energy shifts from survival into learning, connection, and play. Routines don't remove flexibility, they actually create a secure base from which flexibility can grow. After periods of change and stimulation, behavior can intensify. But what looks like defiance is often a child whose system has reached capacity. Children aren't giving us a hard time, they're having a hard time. An environment that doesn't support regulation makes that so much harder. Here's the part we can't skip. Children regulate best in the presence of regulated adults. The pace that we move at, the tone we use, and the expectations we bring back into daily routines all matter. Children read our nervous systems long before they process our words. Often, what supports children most isn't a new strategy, it's a gentler rhythm. So here's your Monday morning reframe. Instead of asking, how do I stop the behavior? Try asking, how can I support regulation before it's needed? This week, try one small reset. Slow transitions, reduce visual clutter, lower background noise, create space for quiet, rebuild predictable routines. Because regulation doesn't start in crisis, it starts in design. Next week, we'll continue this conversation by turning the lens toward ourselves in episode 12. The adult nervous system matters too, because supporting children begins with noticing our own state, and that's where meaningful change starts. As you move through this week, remember, you don't need to do more. Often, what children need is less rush, more presence, and time to settle. The hustle is real, the grind is constant, but the heart, your heart, is what makes it all matter. Until next Monday, keep leading with grit, hustle, and heart, and don't forget to refill your cup.